This is the first video tour of my layout and construction work on it. This lamp belongs elsewhere, forget about it. The other octopus lamps are permanent fixtures with scenery to be built up around them. Here on the first peninsula we have the place for the coal mine and a gravel pit. On the branch line going up to the upper level we have a logging installation. On the upper level we have a small coal mine and a logging or Christmas tree concession. This one was used to be Santa's workshop, but it fits better over there. We progress on the upper level, having joined onto it there. Concrete arch bridge. Down below, going up the big hill, helper storage, petroleum plant. Parts that I'm working with at the moment, upper level is supposed to be Winter Village, and starting towards Winter Village I've built this mountain module. The hole in the module here lets me lift it off. It fits quite tightly because of course it's not all Lego, there's lots of wood as well. Up there goes the Winter Village cottage. Over here we have a raised track over a tunnel of the upper loop, and there we are having Santa's workshop. Back on the lower level we have one of two passing sidings, and here we have my big rocket booster factory. I want to put more small scenery effects around this area and a couple of big trees here, but that's going to have to wait until I'm finished using this as staging area for parts for building up here. Up here, hopefully I won't need to put backs on those two small buildings if I build the sharp pointy mountain high enough to hide them from this point of view. More parts used for construction scattered around. Storage has my little yard engine in it for working the area here. Now we come to the area that is called Mod City, and here there should be a street and as many as I can fit of the Lego modular buildings. I have all of them, they won't all fit here. The lower track at the front here is intended to be a subway type situation with the regular town level above it. The 1x2 masonry brick in dark red is going to be the rear wall of that area. The proper town level should be at the common level of those two tracks over there, and we'll just see how that will go. It'll be a couple of years down the road. Over here, this should be the stock loading area. I used to have a stock car sitting here, but I hit it once, it fell off, and having been built out of old new brown plate, etc., it took a lot of pieces and work to fix it because they kept shattering on me. A warehouse of some sort using TTX cars for the containers. My second passing siding is down there. Another warehouse type situation with two tracks down here, and then the track loops around and goes under itself over here, and that was required to give me enough room to get 2 rows of modulars in Mod City. And then the upper track, that's the join between the Mod City circle and the main line. Main line goes in this tunnel here, comes out under where the cottage is. You'll note there's also a passing siding up top here where Winter Village will be. So this is my progress at the moment, and the next thing to do is maybe a little bit of trim around the brown log walls here, and building up the mountain a little bit higher, as I said, to clear off the back of the structures. Most of the Lego Winter Village sets are sort of like doll houses in that they are open back. For the way I need them, open back doesn't work, so I'm going to have to build backs on all of them. That's going to be a fair chunk of work. Okay, that's about all I can show for now. Lots and lots of parts that I've been messing around with. Interestingly enough, a lot of my friends who are not into Lego take a look at this and assume that all of this yellow supporting structure is part of the final layout. No, it might still be there, but it'll all be hidden inside scenery. Oh, and my second train bridge here is this steel trestle bridge built out of new dark bluish gray Lego. Seemed to work pretty well in that color. But I also need to use masonry brick to build sidewalls underneath it and supports. We'll see how that goes. And that, as I mentioned before, is the upper small coal mine with mountains here around the pole for the octopus lamp.
I'm going to start the video with a series of stills showing the area that I'm working in. The first shot shows the work area before starting, and the parts on it are from the previous tunnel top building. Next, the other leg of the layout has more parts available. Here is the area of the left tunnel portal that most of the work will start in. Next is a closer-up view showing the structures that will be on top of this area, although they will be white underneath, not green. Notice the incomplete wall behind them. Here we have a snapshot of the rear of the work area showing what has already been done on the stone wall with the trees on it. Also more parts scattered around to work with. Here is a shot of the early part of the stone wall. And here is using the factory roof as a handy place to store parts. This was from building the stone part of this. And here's a few more parts here guarded by the moose. This is a shot of the right-hand portal from a larger distance away. This is my coffee table with yet more parts on it, mostly dark old gray for the stonework.
Okay, I've done smoothing out of the wood holders for the slope, putting the right amount of plate in and then topping it off with tile. It had been suggested that I could put slopes on top, but Lego doesn't make a slope that goes up one brick, which is 3 plates, in 8 studs. Okay, I've gone higher on the back mountainside here. Looking not bad, covered up all the yellow so far. It's going to be hard to go higher though. Maybe I can move the buildings further towards the edge. I finished off the hillside. This is the side from where Winter Village is. And I've temporarily put Winter Village itself up on top of the wooden transfer table. I've set it up so that the filled in parts of the structures are facing towards the middle. Well, all except for the train station, which Lego decided to make be the other way around. Lots of vehicles, lots of special things. Fire station, post office, toy store, bakery, Elves Clubhouse, I think this one is. And there's Santa's workshop, and that's, what do they call it, a Winter Village Cottage or something like that. Go around the other side now. And here we are from the other side. Carousel, I forget what they called that park type thing. Here's the station from the proper station side, and this train is a combination of the two Christmas trains that Lego has had, and you can now see the front of the buildings over there. The pair on the right is this year's set, along with the little trolley, which this one isn't powered, but they have instructions for powering it. Placement of all of this stuff is not permanent. I plan on making a proper road down the middle, and the rest of it should all be white for snow. And then of course building up over here to match what I was doing over here, building the hillside, so that it will go all the way around and over there to the oil refinery or oil storage place or whatever. And I've gotten rid of all of the building parts that were around my rocket booster factory here. Actually did a little switching the other day. Didn't work very well, but that's alright. And there's the final shot of the new hillside. I missed the important part. Train running around. Yes, I know, you can see the inside of my tunnels. Most years, Lego puts out small Christmas sets. Sometimes they're freebies when you make a big purchase, other times you have to buy them. So here are several years worth of them set out on a counter in my apartment. The latest one is this one over here, the big sleigh with Santa in it. And the drawer at the back has a bagel for Santa and a carrot that the 4 reindeer are going to fight over. These reindeer are the newer style ones that they've put out a special mold for. I believe this one was last year, a book basically with a scene on top of it. Looks like Scrooge and whatnot. Year before, I believe, was this one, which has a scene that folds up and you put the lid on top. And going beyond that, I'm not sure. I think perhaps this one, I may have them in the wrong order. This has the Starry Night behind it. And then there's a variety of others that have come over the years. The little one with the one with the little train is kind of fun. Santa and the elves in the workshop area.